Hi, so I just want to touch on Monday's City Council agenda. So right now we have an item on there regarding the West Landing project, and this is going to be regarding the lift stations. The West Landing Development Project is off of Crow's Landing. It's between Whitmore and Service Road off of Crow's Landing. So it's about 960 acres that go out to USTAC. It's going to be the east side of USTAC, not the west, just so you know. That's the line, kind of like Whitmore. North side is Modesto, south side is Ceres. It was approved June 27, 2011. So it was approved a few years ago by our city council. And it brought a significant impact or investment into the region when it comes to reshaping Ceres by expanding it out almost 1,000 acres, right? 960 acres. And what that could potentially bring is 3,600 new homes and retail establishments, grocery stores, and even entertainment venues possibly. As where city tends to grow, we're going to approach that 50,000 resident mark, which a lot of cities and businesses such as Marshalls and grocery stores are looking for. So if you want to have the higher end or grocery stores and other items such as sit-down restaurants, they want to know, one, how many restaurants you already have, and two, how many residents do you have, because they want to make sure they're making a sound investment. So I just want to make sure you understand what the impacts can be if we don't allow growth. We also deal with RENA numbers, which is our HUD numbers through the state, where we have certain housing numbers that we're required to have by the state. So they tell us, we expect you to build this many number of homes by this date. And so by law, we actually do have to meet those numbers set up by the state. So there's a lot of different impacts that we have. And you'll see that outlined in our housing element if you want to go online and look at that link. The housing element will go and outline what we've voted on, what was voted on, how long ago. It's reviewed every 7 years based on numbers that HUD has and guidelines that they're required by the housing department. So I just want to make sure that you understand that that is a state requirement and not something that we just make up as we go along, because once in a while it kind of feels that way. And I will be honest, sitting on the council, I'm like, who created this and why? And that happens a lot. So I just want to make sure you understand where we're coming from as well when it comes to that. So this project promises significant economic growth and enhancement to the community services. It also looks at infrastructure development. So the funding sources are actually mentioned in the agenda, which is going to be the SB1 RMRA and Measure L local funds, alongside with which will eventually be our development fees that'll be used. And that creates the framework for financing the necessary improvements, which also includes, once their impact fees are done, once the homes start developing or the businesses start pulling their permits, those impact fees also cover the roads and the public services that'll be impacted. I'm hoping to engage with local contractors and workers here in Stanislaus County, especially through the Stanislaus Builders Trade Council, that can offer an opportunity to help build and keep the jobs local. I want to hope to create local jobs and keep the money here in the local economy, because I think that's just going to be best for our economy. So I just want to let you know where I'm at and my feelings on outside contractors. Not that I don't have a problem with them. I just think it's best if we try to hire local. They understand a lot of what our environment's about, what we have available as well, versus seeing someone from another state or even out of state. But a lot of times we'll see, them bringing contractors bringing in, San Diego or people from Nevada. And so I prefer not to do that if possible. I would like to try to hire local. The timeline suggests that the project, if it's approved on Monday, as I'm hoping it will, the construction will not commence, won't even start. It looks like the first year is mainly design and infrastructure type items. Again, it's just creating a sewer pipeline to that part of the city, so that'll just run down to Service Road and Morgan, where the current we're updating the sewer system as well. So this is just going to increase the line for eventual development out in that area, which could be homes, it could be retail, it can be entertainment venues. So we want to make sure that we have the infrastructure in the event that those opportunities present themselves to Ceres. We can't force people to come here. We can't force development here. We can't force, movie theaters to open up in Ceres. But if we have the infrastructure ready and say, hey, it's land ready, let's come to Ceres, please. I want to make sure we have that available. So just that way you kind of understand how that works. The timeline suggests that the project, if it is approved, like I said, on Monday, will actually, the design and basic parts of it will actually be done next year with a goal of actually being completed by August 2026. So looking at today's date, that's basically 2 years from today. That'll give them time for design and then the construction of the sewer lines and what we call the lift station, which is kind of moving the sewage along to our actual station, which is also going to be updated and developed as well to serve the needs of the community. So it'll kind of go side by side, although it's going to cause a lot of construction here on the west part of Ceres. I also want to make sure you know that I am trying to hire locals. So please, please, if you're in that field or want to get in that field, just know that there are opportunities available. And ultimately, I would like to keep our economy with our own. I would like to hire local. The residents, city officials, and developers will work together. Try to be very transparent with the community as well, so you understand what's going on and can have realistic expectations and kind of foster the development of the West Landing, and ultimately aiming to enhance the quality of life for current and future residents here in Ceres. So just want to explain exactly what that West Landing development is all about. It's creating the infrastructure that we're going to need to actually start the developments that are required by the Housing Authority or Housing HUD to meet our RHNA numbers, which are regional housing numbers that are required by the state, which is the Housing Urban Development, which is our housing numbers that we actually have. Each city has it, and as well as the county. So we're required to meet certain numbers, and this is one step in trying to meet those numbers that we're required to by the state. So I just want to let you know, again, it'll be on Monday's council, and I look forward to seeing this progress move along as well. And maybe we can get a good venue and some great stores other than the ones we have. I'd like to see variety, right? All right, just my thoughts. You guys have a great day.